He said, I was 16 years old at the time when I stood in the kitchen of my father's home and listened as my grandfather badgered my Christian uncle about being Christian. Going to church, raising your hands, worshiping the Lord, giving of your money, doing all those things. And he said, I have lived my life the way that I have wanted to, and I don't need God. Within 2 weeks, he said, my grandfather unexpectedly died of a brain aneurysm within 4 feet of where he stood that day, and said that he didn't need God. 2 weeks later, and 6 feet from where he stood when he so arrogantly denied his dependence of God, he drew his last breath. He appeared to be a healthy 60-year-old man, he said. Everything seemed to look right. 2 weeks earlier, he had his health 2 weeks ago. He had money in his pocket 2 weeks ago. He had his pride 2 weeks ago. And he said, but now 2 weeks later and 4 feet away from where my grandfather or grandmother was laid, he drew his last breath. And we laid him to rest there as well. 2 weeks later, 4 feet away, he needed God. 2 weeks later, 4 feet away, there was no more opportunity for him to give his heart and life to Jesus Christ. 2 weeks later, and 4 feet away, he died. And on the day he said that my grandfather died, he didn't leave for his family or me a legacy of godliness or a legacy of righteousness, but he left for me an unforgettable realization that I need God every day in my life. And in that day that I forget my dependence on him, I may very well be drawing my last breath. I need Jesus Christ, church, every day. Understand something tonight, if you would. I fear the Lord. I fear the Lord. I recognize my dependence upon him, and I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that without him in my life, I would be nothing. I understand that. I know that